chosen one. I want you to understand that someone is being guided closer to you. And as their identity gradually becomes clear, even you will be surprised to discover that everything has been arranged with far greater depth than you ever imagined. For now, slow down and do not allow your mind to chase after everything passing before your eyes. Take a deep breath, hold the stillness for a few seconds, and then gently exhale. I know you have waited a long time to understand why your heart has always felt as though something was missing. And why, among the many people you have met, no one has yet made you feel truly seen, understood, and accompanied with complete sincerity. But that waiting has not been meaningless. It has taught you maturity, helped you recognize your own value, and prepared you for a connection built not upon loneliness, but upon peace. There have been nights when you wondered whether you had been walking alone for too long. You watched other people find companionship, build homes, and share common dreams, while you continued moving forward with many unanswered questions. At times, you tried to convince yourself that you needed no one, and that being strong was enough. Yet, in the deepest part of your heart, you still longed for someone who would not require you to make yourself smaller in order to be loved. Someone who would not force you to pretend that you were well when you were weary inside. You prayed for a person who could sit beside you in silence without making you feel distant. Someone who would respect your dreams and never use affection as a means of controlling you. I heard those desires, even during the times when you dared only to hold them silently within your heart. The person being guided toward you may not necessarily be a complete stranger. You may have encountered them in an ordinary situation, exchanged a few words, and then moved on without recognizing the meaning of that meeting. They may also be nearer than you realize, but neither of you has yet reached the right time to see the other with the maturity that is needed. Do not search desperately through every name from your past, and force yourself to believe that a particular person must be the answer. What truly belongs to you will not need to be recognized through obsession or haste. When the proper time comes, you will know through consistency, through the way that person treats you, and through the peace their presence brings. Genuine love does not require you to live in continual confusion. It brings clarity, even if it still needs time to grow. I want you to distinguish between intense attraction and a healthy connection. Some people stir your emotions because they awaken old wounds, causing you to chase their approval and continually question whether you are good enough. Strong feelings are not always evidence of a lasting bond. The right person will not deliberately leave you waiting in anxiety, appearing only when they need comfort and disappearing when you need them. They will bring respect, honesty, and responsibility. In their presence you will still be free to be yourself, to grow, and to preserve your own voice. I am not choosing someone to fill every emptiness within you, because no human being can carry that responsibility. I am leading someone who can help you care for what is good, support you on your weaker days, and build a meaningful life with you. Recently, you may have sensed a subtle change within yourself. Superficial relationships no longer interest you, and you no longer wish to repeat conversations that leave you drained. Your inner standards are changing, and what once seemed sufficient is no longer right for you. This does not mean you have become difficult or cold. It means you have understood that love should not be the place where you must continually heal from the very person who claims to love you. You are learning to choose peace instead of emotional disorder, and maturity instead of attractive promises unsupported by action. That transformation is part of your preparation, because you cannot receive a healthy relationship while remaining bound to patterns that continually wound you. This person will not bring only sweet words. They will help you see life from a broader perspective and encourage you to step beyond the limitations you once placed upon yourself. They will not feel threatened by your success, nor will they attempt to dim your light so that they may appear brighter. Your joy will not disturb them, and your weary days will not cause them to regard you as a burden. They will know how to listen without rushing to judge, how to admit fault when they hurt you, and how to remain and repair what has been damaged instead of running away. You will also need to learn these same things, because lasting companionship does not come only from finding the right person. It also requires you to become someone who knows how to love with maturity, honesty, and tenderness. Do not assume that their arrival will cause every problem to disappear immediately. I am not promising you a road without differences or challenges. Two mature people may still misunderstand one another, but they do not use silence as punishment, turn each other's weaknesses into weapons, or threaten abandonment in order to gain control. The person chosen to walk beside you will learn with you how to communicate, how to pause before words create deep wounds, and how to return to respect after every disagreement. That love will not be perfect according to your imagination, but it will offer the safety in which both of you can continue becoming better each day. Therefore, I tell you not to become so focused on a name that you overlook the character of the person who carries it. A true identity is not confirmed by a few coincidences, a dream, or an emotional moment. It is revealed through time. Observe whether words and actions agree, how that person treats those who have nothing to offer them, whether they respect your boundaries, and whether they have enough courage to be truthful when the truth is inconvenient. You do not need to chase someone who genuinely wants to remain. A serious person will not force you to decode every action. They may approach slowly, but their steps will be clear. I also want you to prepare your life rather than merely sitting and waiting. Care for your health, bring order to your finances, heal old wounds, and build habits that make you stable. Do not postpone happiness by believing that you can live fully only after this person arrives. The more you learn to love the life you have now, the less likely you will be to cling to someone merely because you fear being alone. Create a peaceful space into which a good person can enter, rather than allowing unresolved chaos to turn love into a rescue mission. You deserve companionship, but you are also responsible for protecting the growth you worked so hard to achieve. My beloved child, when this person draws near, you may be surprised that they do not completely resemble the image you once created. Their arrival may be very ordinary, without dramatic signs or overwhelming emotions. Yet that very simplicity may give you the feeling of coming home. You will not need to compete for attention, prove your worth, or continually fear that they will change tomorrow. Trust will be built little by little through small things. A promise that is kept, an honest conversation, or a moment when they choose to stay and work through difficulty with you. Then you will understand why old doors had to close, why certain people could not continue with you, and why the delay that once caused you pain was actually a form of protection. Allow me to guide you through peace instead of impatience. What is good does not require you to run in fear in order to seize it. If this connection is truly meant for you, both of you will be given the opportunity to recognize one another without games, manipulation, or force. Keep your heart open but your eyes clear. Give people an opportunity, but do not give away your complete trust before sincerity has been demonstrated. When that name is finally placed before you, what surprises you will not only be who the person is, but also how every road you have traveled has contributed to bringing you to the right place. I no longer want you to love through fear. I want you to enter love with freedom, dignity, and gratitude, because the right companion will not take you away from yourself, but will walk with you toward a brighter future. Within a very short period of time, light will be given to you concerning a connection that reaches far beyond the idea of romantic love, for what is approaching will not merely touch your heart, but awaken the deeper purpose you have carried throughout this journey. I want you to understand that some encounters do not appear simply to fill a temporary emptiness, nor do they come only to create excitement that quickly disappears. Some people enter your life like a clear mirror, helping you see the beautiful parts of yourself that pain once concealed, reminding you of your value and awakening the courage that has slept for far too long. This person may not arrive according to the image you once imagined. They may not possess the impressive appearance you repeatedly interpreted as a sign of destiny. But their presence will bring a peace you will not need to struggle to explain. The connection being prepared for you will not only bring emotional healing, it may also open a season of maturity, stability, and growth in many areas of your life. However, do not interpret this to mean that another person will rescue you from every responsibility or carry your entire journey for you. No one is being sent to become a permanent crutch for unresolved weakness. The right person will accompany you, support you, and help you recognize abilities that already exist within you. They may offer timely advice, introduce a new opportunity, share a practical idea, or give you the encouragement needed to enter an opportunity you once feared. Your breakthrough will not rest entirely in their hands, but their sincere presence may become a catalyst that inspires you to change your thinking, your choices, and the way you build your future. Therefore, when this person begins to emerge from uncertainty, prepare yourself through awareness, rather than impatience. You may have passed them before without recognizing them. They may already be near you as a friend, a quiet acquaintance, or someone who has only recently entered your life in a gentle way. You have become so accustomed to relationships that create anxiety that you may mistake tension for passion, unpredictability for depth, and the constant struggle for attention for love. For this reason, the right person may confuse you at first because they will not create the chaos you once believed was excitement. They will not force you to wonder whether you are valued. They will not turn silence into punishment, use uncertainty to keep you waiting, or make you feel that you must diminish yourself in order to remain. The veil being lifted before your eyes is your ability to see people through wisdom rather than through wounds. In the past, you may have been drawn toward people who touched your fear of abandonment, causing you to pursue them more intensely whenever they became distant. You believed you were fighting for love, but in reality, you were struggling to gain the validation you had lacked for a long time. I do not condemn you for this, because you were only searching for safety in the way you had learned. Yet now you have matured enough to understand that what belongs to you will not demand that you lower yourself. The person meant for you will not come to awaken old cycles, but to build something more orderly, honest, and lasting with you. If you continue looking only toward unsuitable people, you may overlook a kind heart that has been quietly present in a way you did not previously know how to appreciate. The divine intervention occurring in this season is not forcing you to enter a relationship. It is rescuing you from continuing to give your heart to places that do not know how to protect it. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between someone who fascinates you and someone who makes you feel safe, between a beautiful promise and a responsible life, and between temporary attention and loyalty proven over time. Someone capable of protecting your heart will not control you, take away your freedom, or demand that you abandon your own voice. True safety does not mean being held tightly. It means being respected enough to speak honestly without fear of punishment, to show weakness without being despised, and to grow without being restrained by another person's selfishness. A deep exchange awaits you, but to enter it, you must participate with honesty. You need to release the illusions of an ideal person that were created by your former wounds. Look again at the standards that once led you to choose people who were attractive but unstable, eloquent but inconsistent, or always required you to prove your worth. Your readiness is not measured by a statement, a comment, or a symbolic action. It is revealed through practical decisions, having the courage to close the door on someone who continually harms you, ceasing to nurture hope without a foundation, learning to be alone without panic, and patiently waiting for a connection that does not require you to lose yourself. When you truly open your heart, your energy will change, not because you are attempting to create an attractive image, but because you are no longer radiating desperation. Mature people do not enter relationships to be rescued from loneliness. They enter because they possess enough peace to share life in a healthy way. You do not need to chase destiny as though it could escape from you. What is right will recognize you when you live according to your values. Focus on healing the way you speak to yourself, the way you establish boundaries, and the way you choose who is permitted to come near. When your inner world becomes clear, uncertain connections will lose their attraction, while sincerity will become easier to recognize. I also want to remind you that sharing a message or expressing faith is meaningful only when it comes from freedom, not from fear of missing a blessing. No sacred door will close merely because you fail to perform a visible action. What opens the way before you is honesty, courage, and a willingness to change. If a reminder brings you peace, hold on to it. If a message can encourage another person, you may share it with love. But never allow anyone to convince you that you must prove your faith through an action performed under pressure. I do not lead you through panic. What comes from the light always leaves behind freedom, clarity, and peace. There is a secret concerning the identity of this person, but more important than their name are the qualities they carry. You will recognize them not only through emotional attraction, but through the way they treat people who cannot benefit them. Observe how they keep their word, how they respond during disagreement, how they accept responsibility after making a mistake, and how they speak about those who once passed through their life. The right person does not need to be perfect, but they must possess the honesty required for growth. The quality you have always sought may be consistency, something that appears small but is exceedingly precious. They will not be present only on joyful days, but will preserve kindness when pressure comes. They will not merely say that they value you, they will allow you to feel it through their choices. The final clue does not have to be a letter, an external sign, or a coincidence that sends you searching. The clearest clue is the person you become when you are near them. You will not need to strain yourself to impress them. Remain silent about legitimate needs or fear that one small mistake will cause you to be abandoned. Your heart may be stirred, but beneath that emotion, there will still be a foundation of peace. You will feel encouraged to live better, become more responsible, and draw closer to your purpose. The right connection will not pull you away from your path. It will help you walk that path with greater stability. Therefore, my beloved child, do not become so occupied with searching for a face that you forget to prepare yourself. Become someone capable of recognizing healthy love when it arrives. Heal the wounds that caused you to become addicted to instability. Release the connections that survive only through one-sided hope, and open your eyes to the simple kindness that may already be near. What is being revealed is not only the identity of another person, but also a new version of you, someone who no longer chases what does not belong to them. I am leading you out of the corridors of confusion and bringing you to the place where truth becomes clear. When the proper time comes, you will not need to force, compete, or guess. You will recognize it through peace, consistent action, and the way the connection helps both of you grow. Remain awake, for what is precious does not always arrive with great noise. Sometimes it has stood near you for a long time, simply waiting for your eyes to become clear enough to see it. My beloved child, someone who once passed through your life may be drawing near again. But what I want you to recognize first is not their name, but the peace accompanying their presence. They may be someone from earlier years, when neither of you was mature enough to understand the other, or someone you believed would always remain beyond your reach because of distance, time, or difficult circumstances. However, do not hastily call every return destiny, and do not treat every emotional stirring as confirmation. What is truly meant for you will not require you to abandon discernment in order to believe in it. It will come with clarity, respect, and a rhythm that does not tear your heart between hope and anxiety. I am teaching you to receive something new without repeating old mistakes, to open the door while preserving boundaries, and to love without placing your future in the hands of a beautiful illusion. Some connections were once unable to continue, not necessarily because love did not exist, but because both people were standing in the wrong places within their own lives. One person was still bound by fear, while the other was learning to heal wounds that could not yet be named. At times, physical distance made every promise fragile. At other times, family responsibilities, work, or immaturity caused two roads to separate. You once viewed that separation only as loss, but I want you to understand that not every closed door represents rejection. Sometimes it is a necessary season of silence in which each person must be refined separately, learn to stand without clinging, and discover how to love through responsibility rather than intense emotion alone. If those two paths ever meet again, the reunion will be meaningful, only if neither person remains the former version that once caused the other pain. Therefore, do not allow repeated numbers, an unexpected song, a dream, or a familiar symbol to become the only evidence that convinces you someone was destined for you. These things may awaken memories, help you examine a hidden part of yourself, or remind you to pay attention to what you deeply desire. But they do not replace real actions. I want you to observe how this person treats you when no one else is watching, how they keep their word, how they respond to boundaries, and how they accept responsibility for their mistakes. A healthy relationship is not built only upon invisible connection. It is built through presence, honesty, patience, and the daily choice to remain committed to one another. Do not give your heart to signs, while the other person's behavior remains unclear. I know you have longed for a love capable of restoring your faith after disappointment. You gave greatly, but you were not always cherished in the way you deserved. Some people approached you when they needed comfort and left when you needed them most. Others caused you to continually wonder where you stood in their life. Because of this, you may now desire love while also feeling afraid whenever a new opportunity appears. I do not condemn your caution, yet do not allow your old experiences to become a wall so high that even a sincere person cannot enter. Let the past become your teacher, but do not allow it to become the jailer of your future. You have the right to move slowly, observe for a longer time, and ask for clarity before placing your trust. If this person truly returns, or if someone new brings a deep sense of familiarity, allow the relationship to prove itself through time. Do not immediately place every hope concerning love, finances, and your future upon them. No human being should become the only key to every desire you have carried. The right companion may encourage you to manage money more wisely, expand your vision, build your work, or enter positive opportunities, but they are not the sole source of your abundance. Lasting growth must come through shared commitment, clear planning, practical skills, and honesty in decision-making. If someone promises that every material problem will immediately disappear, simply because you are with them, step back and observe. True love does not use promises of wealth to weaken your discernment. When two suitable people walk together, they offer one another more than tender emotions. They help each other become more upright, responsible, and strong. This person will not compete with your progress, make you smaller so they can appear greater, or demand that you abandon the good things you have built. They will respect your work, your time, your healthy relationships, and the boundaries you need. You must also learn to offer the same respect in return. Do not wait for someone to rescue you from loneliness while you have not yet learned how to create peace when you are alone. Do not call dependence connection, and do not call the fear of losing one another deep love. Mature love creates space for both people to grow. It does not turn closeness into chains. You also need to understand that sometimes a person from the past returns not to remain, but to show you how much you have changed. A reunion may bring an unfinished conversation, an apology that needs to be expressed, or an opportunity to close something that once troubled you. Not every return is an invitation to restore the relationship. Some people come back only so that you can see them with new eyes and recognize that what you once desired no longer suits you. If their presence pulls you back into a cycle of anxiety, disrespect, and endless waiting, do not call it divine arrangement. What is good will not require you to betray the peace you worked so hard to recover. Therefore, allow the manner in which they enter your life to speak more loudly than their declarations. A sincere person does not need to create urgency in order to force you into a decision. They will not demand that you prove your love through money, secrets, or sacrifices that cause you harm. They will be willing to state their intentions clearly. Proceed one step at a time and respect your answer. If they harmed you in the past, they will not merely claim that they have changed. They will demonstrate change through listening, accepting responsibility, and making repairs. You do not need to close the door because of fear, but neither must you open every door because of beautiful words. Calmness will be your protector during this season. I want you to remember that your destiny does not depend upon whether you successfully decode a sign in time. What is truly healthy will not disappear. Because you did not finish watching a message, speak a particular declaration, or respond immediately during an emotional moment. You do not need to post a comment to prove that you are worthy of blessing. Your value is not determined by whether you are aligned with a prediction. Good things will be recognized through consistency, not pressure. Therefore, release the fear that you will miss what is meant for you. When you live with awareness, integrity, and a properly open heart, you will possess enough clarity to recognize an opportunity when it arrives. Now I want you to prepare, not by guessing someone's name, but by becoming a person capable of preserving a healthy love. Learn to communicate without causing harm, manage finances with order, speak truthfully about your expectations, and recognize the boundaries that must never be crossed. Heal the part of yourself that once accepted uncertainty merely because it feared being alone. Stop pursuing people who continually make you prove your value. When you know who you are, you will not be easily captivated by temporary attention, yet neither will you become cold toward genuine sincerity. My beloved child, if someone is brought to accompany you, they will not draw you away from the best version of yourself. Their presence will help you believe in love again through gentle and steady actions rather than exaggerated promises. You will not need to chase them, nor will you need to make yourself smaller to keep them beside you. Both of you will choose one another freely, build the future responsibly, and support each other without possession. Continue walking in peace, because what you need is not to know immediately who this person is, but to become clear enough to recognize genuine love when it finally stands before you.